Anti-Afro, Spengali's. Listen, I want to talk to you about some evidence gathering outcomes. But before I do that, I want to take note of this big, tough talking that goes along with this running and ducking and diving and dodging, hiding and snatching down content. It just doesn't go together. The only thing that it matches with is a definition of cowardice or cowardly. How does one talk all tough and is too terrified to keep up content? We're not talking about rotating content, snatching that content down. I got something else I wanted to point out to you for those of you who didn't notice it. Carrie Ann has a history of posting live streams with these titles. And the titles have very little to do with what she talks about in the majority of the live stream. So here we have this example of Cash App confusion. This live stream ran December 17th, 2022. And Carrie Ann thought she was slick. Oh, she spoke about Cash Apps. Oh, sure. She talked about how she only gives the dudes Cash Apps. A feminist who only gives dudes Cash Apps. But then she proceeds to talk about who, for the overwhelming majority of this live stream, it's not the fact that she just talked about me. You want to sit down and just brace yourself for what she actually was saying?
But y'all niggas want to cuddle and play patty cake because ain't nothing you could do. And all I'm gonna say is this: please don't put me in a position where I have to keep trying to convince y'all to stand up and do something.
Is anybody here afraid of anti?
I am. I think I'm the only one who recognizes a threat. The rest of y'all playing patty cake.
Nah, there's no threat there.
But the problem is that she's not a threat.
Okay.
She's harmless.
I hope y'all are right.
Take it from a man, Carrie. She's harmless. A man's job is to protect Carrie. That's what we do.
Right. I'm asking you to protect and you say, nah, you would rather just play with the thread and keep playing around with it. So
it's not playing with it. It's people mismanaging the motherfucking game plan.
It's not removing the threat. Whatever it is you're talking about doing with the threat, it's not removing it. You've been wrestling around with this bitch for years and you satisfied with that. So
there are no, Carrie, there are people who satisfied with it. You must neutralize threats.
Like, I get it. You're gonna fight. You want to keep, you don't need to be protected. You want to keep engaging with the threat. Right. Because you're a man and that's what you consider protection. Well, I see what your method has brought the sector to, and if you satisfied with that, that's fine. I think this woman, not just with Dita Rail, I think she is actively out here trying to ruin Black professionals' careers, and that's a laughing matter to y'all. I don't know why, but whatever. I wish that y'all as men would have been put y'all fucking brain cells together and try something besides all the fucking nothing. But I'm asking for too much.
I'm saying, what's the point you try to get across with this?
The point I was trying to get across was that niggas are capable of leadership and they should do something about this threat in the community. And I have listened to them tell me how wrong I am. And I don't know what more I can do for them to not be making them feel like I'm doing something nefarious to them for daring to ask for protection. My bad.
In this community, in this personal community that we're in right now?
Okay, so somebody has already explained to me, right? Okay, so you tell me for a few minutes how there's not really a problem and I shouldn't have asked for anybody to address it. Go off, Mikey.
She pulled the let me see your handcuffs. Let me see your handcuffs. Went on the hunt for some dudes to take care of me, AAS. And got pissed because she couldn't pull it off. This is what Carrie Ann was doing. She was getting pissed because she wasn't getting any cooperation, but she did try nonetheless. She couldn't handle the situation on her own. This chronological adult female, who I will not call a woman, by no means, could not handle, could not take the shit that she started. Not even 1/3 of what she started. She was the initiator. She was the aggressor. I kicked her off this page and she went on like a 28-day rampage. All these vulgar, vile, blasphemous, just kept going on and was shocked because I didn't react to her. I just primarily didn't say much of anything. That's not what she was used to. She's used to those who hear her ranting and just going completely off the rails, taking pity on her and changing course, or just completely moving away from her and ignoring or isolating her. She wasn't used to anyone who remained present but just didn't address her. She don't like that. She didn't know what to do with that. So she continues to discombobulate and spiral out of control, which is a story of her life. It wouldn't be a far stretch to say it's replicated offline. She told us herself. She was not even fit to work. Came online and said it. But she's online calling everybody all of these pejoratives in describing their supposed mental health status. I always find that quite humorous. Not offending me. Carrie Ann was the one held out for psychiatric issues from work. I mean, more than once. And she plans to go out. When we said we were going to file complaints against her, she planned to go out. So don't put it past her to run a scheme, because she agreed with Dempsey D. Durrell stealing that money. She thought it was a good thing that United Healthcare CEO was gunned down in the street. These are the kinds of things that she supports. She walks to work with a disability placard assigned to her. Have a clue, folks. But I don't want to get too far afield. I want to bring it back to the center. I want you to check out this clip, then I'll come back and explain what's going on with respect to Carrie Ann rioting in full public view of the world, thinking no one is going to see it, no one is going to hear it. Stay tuned, and I will return.
For those of y'all that don't know, this car that's on my screen is a 98 Honda CRV, and this is the type of car that break into the culture of silence drives, while she tell everybody else that we jealous because she suck old white. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true.
You heard the lighter strike, right?
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true.
Somebody with COPD doesn't listen to doctor's orders, says she goes off the medication and uses home remedies and is still smoking. Poor judgment all the way around. It's either that or she's using drugs. She's already admitted on camera that she uses marijuana, which is illegal in Georgia. So if you have COPD and you're smoking marijuana, that's going to make your situation worse.
I got all the smart people on my side. If you wanted to comfort me, you should have done better than birds and whores and invalids.
Oh my goodness. Carrie Ann is as smart as those fools on television in Los Angeles, throwing Molotov cocktails and thinking they're not going to get caught. She's just as stupid coming up here in these YouTube streets. Now, I edited the language. I cut out a good portion of what she said. I'm not playing that garbage here. But I got a long list of people and agencies that will hear the unedited version and will get the full-blown live stream. I'll just take off the music at the front and the back, but they're going to hear every single word that came out of Carrie Ann's mouth. I think this is equally important to allow them to hear what others have to say about what Carrie Ann does in these YouTube streets. Check this out.
Come back to the internet. I mean, you were doing a good job staying off the internet, but trying to pick up for Carrie, it's not a good look. It's not like it's not going to be a good look for you.
I didn't expect Carrie to basically dox you. And I heard addresses. I went, whoa.
Right.
She said it on the air.
She's ready to blow out. Like, she's upset that I exposed her subhuman ways. And she's ready to go all out because she's upset that she cannot get a dub over me. She did not want people to know that she was subhuman, but she couldn't help herself.
There is nothing that tops the perpetrator, their own words, as to what they have done, what they're actively doing, and what they plan to do. And that's what Carrie Ann did. I mean, you could say all day, every day that, oh, you're doxing, you're doxing. That's one thing. But when you hear someone actually saying that's what they're doing, that's what they did, and that's what they're going to do, what else do you need? That's what we got. We got her saying that not only on her channel, on multiple channels. She's just as stupid coming on the international airwaves. Her descriptions of the old and infirm and the invalid. When that fat ass, if I put her at 50 yards ahead of me, she still couldn't beat me at 100 yards. And you can't get your fat ass over a 4-foot fence, invalid. She's up here coughing and hacking, has been doing that for years. That's what happens when you have COPD. When you don't take care of yourself. She's been smoking for how many years? 20 years? 30 years? And she wants to always try to call attention to other people's health issues. You don't sound like you're in pretty good shape. No, as a matter of fact, she isn't in good shape. Anyone who refuses to follow doctor's orders and continues to smoke with COPD is a ticking time bomb. And then she runs around saying she wants everybody else to die while she's engaging in self-destruction right in front of the world for everyone to see. The current climate and doxing, especially when you're talking about home addresses, professing to give the vehicles that people are driving, even though she's lying, who's to stop some freak from going out there and targeting an innocent person? Even if the address isn't correct, it's an address. Who's to stop a freak from targeting yet more innocent people? It's the whole intention behind what she's doing with dropping address. This is supposed to be a public servant, someone with a teaching credential. How's that going to hit? What parent wants to hear that a so-called teacher, and I say so-called because I'm not going to call her an actual teacher, someone with a teaching credential? What is a student going to say? When she gets mad at a parent, at a student, she's going to make sure their address gets out there? What's the State Department of Ed going to say? What is the governor going to say? What are all the people in between going to say? What is the news media going to say? And this is just about the doxing, the climate when it comes to doxing and people's personal home address and vehicles. This is not about giving information to someone's employer so people can make a complaint. This hits very differently. And she's a dumbass for getting up in these YouTube streets and saying it not only on her channel, other channels. She thinks she's safe because she yanks down content from that raggedy channel, channel number 7. She thinks that she is secure and safe. No, because we have this live stream and we have others. And we are going to play people reacting. Those knowing that a rogue public servant is up here in these YouTube streets trying to get people placed in danger behind their home address and their personal vehicles. Again, it doesn't matter whether it's accurate or not. She's placing anybody at risk and doesn't give a damn. And she has the nerve to sit here and try to compare us to her. She's just showing how she's defeated. She's destructive and self-destructive, just like those freaks out there, those illegal aliens tearing up the streets of Los Angeles, throwing around Molotov cocktails and homemade bombs and cinder blocks. Carrie is just as destructive and self-destructive. When your ass gets caught, then what? Oh my God, it's from a victim. I can't believe they spliced the tape. We'll see about that. We will see about that. I think it's doubly hypocritical, triple, quadruple hypocritical. Carrie Ann sent a privacy complaint. Listen to this, folks. A privacy complaint on a live stream that she deleted because she can't copyright strike me. She needs the original link. She can't copyright strike the video. The video appeared on YouTube. She deleted the video from one of her purged channels. I put it up there to show, like I'm doing right now. She sends a privacy complaint, but she is telling you this is a car someone is driving. She's telling you this is an address where someone lives, and then she's on YouTube complaining about a live stream that she ran that has her photo on it that appeared up in these YouTube streets. Tell me about it, folks. You see where I'm going with this? She doesn't know whether she's coming or going. She's totally confused, has no strategy, has no game plan. She's just striking out. Again, destruction is the goal, but the outcome, I can guarantee you, is self-destruction in more ways than one. None of what Carrie Ann is trying to do is going to work because we have years and years, 4 years of this type of content, vulgar, race attacking, bigoting, just, it goes on and on. Any protected group you can imagine, she's attacking. Long term, explain that to the state of Georgia. Explain that to the governor as to why Carrie Ann has a teaching credential. Why? We'd like to know. Let's get an answer to that question. That's what we're going to pursue. And I want to make sure I'm clear when I say we're all doing our own thing. We're not submitting a group complaint. We all have our own individual issues and bones to pick with the state of Georgia as to the reasons that Carrie Ann has a teaching credential. Shouldn't have a teaching credential. It needs to be revoked. And we're going to be very motivated in pursuing the outcome that needs to be decided against her, not in her favor. She's undeserving. She is a liar. She did indeed race attack students. That's biracial of you. She absolutely did do that. But we know that Carrie Ann never admits to anything that she does. So this is the reason why we have all this evidence. She thought if she deletes these live streams that she can say whatever she wants and nobody can bring anything up and challenge her on it. That's why she runs off when Stargate comes up on the panel, because she knows Stargate's about 35 seconds away from pushing play and contradicting everything she says, and she don't want to hang around for that. As I stated, this is going down offline. We're not running a blow by blow here in these YouTube streets, but I was just coming back on here to make sure everyone knew that we're ready to go. We are off to the races and no one is going to stop us. We're following through on exactly what we stated we were going to do. I made that clear how many years ago when she first opened up her mouth and started leveling these false allegations against Rev G. Say whatever the hell she wants. I made it very clear then. I remain clear now. There is nothing that Carrie Ann can say or do. Now, she can say and do things. It'll be to her detriment if it's violating code of conduct. It's not going to get me to jump up and start screaming and hollering and going all over the place, running around like she was doing. When there were people in the B sector that were taking her to task, she starts screaming and going hysterical. This is the kind of reaction she's hoping to get from us, just losing it. Having a heart just jump up on panel, just going up, just, oh my God. Then staring in the camera, blinking how many times per second, if that's possible. I don't know what the heck is going on here, but I tell you one damn thing, Carrie Ann has consequences that are due for the crap that she did. I don't have to forget anything. No one else has to forget anything. We are going to do what we said we would do. It was Carrie Ann that didn't know how to keep her mouth shut. And now she thinks for some odd reason she can violate laws and violate code of conduct, and she thinks she's going to silence us through unlawful means. That will never happen. So just wait and see the outcome. You will indeed find out who will prevail. Just a lot of frustration because we were not about to follow them over the edge and replicate their vile and reprehensible behavior. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And here they are thinking they can get off-color jokes and jabs here and there to stick, like what they've done over the last how many years? And I'm speaking like more specifically, I'll refer to Carrie Ann. There is no comparison, folks. She knows it, we know it, everyone knows it. They're just trying to figure out a way to try to get reactions out of us. You will not get the reaction out of us that you're looking for. It will not happen. Try to get a reaction out of the governor and see where that gets you. And all the other people in between the governor, because we are snaking up the chain of command to get this situation duly and properly addressed. Folks, you know I got more coming your way. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.